responding to the
Q&A.
Is there gonna be a question asking for their name?
Yes.
Is this the correct one, Frankie? Because this one doesn't look like a webinar setting.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, Tony.
Webinar settings.
Who's this first?
Let me.
Frankie?
Me and Frankie.
Got the other one there.
Plug my power cord.
Well, we'll do it without the webinar settings, so we'll do this one. Do you want to go ahead and set up test camera and audio?
Big different than pouring company.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. Oh my gosh.
I'm a hard working man.
Doing all that I can. I'm a hard working man. Doing all that I can.
I worked hard all my life, so I'm blessed today. Long Beach, California, reppin' USA. Proud American pops, a Vietnam veteran. Liberty, justice for all good men. I pray. I'm up for 4 days work, 7 days a week, 9 to 5. I put my hands in the dirt. I know I gotta provide to keep my family right. Rain or snow, even 100 degrees outside.
Papa told me you gotta work hard to get your hustle on. Mama told me you gotta be smart to get what you
I'm a hard working man.
I'm a hard working man.
Yes, I'm a hard working man.
Get your hustle on. Represent for your city. Represent for your town. Represent for your country. Show 'em how you get out.
Yes, I'm a hard working man.
Doing all that I can. I'm a hard working man. Doing all that I can.
I gotta get it. Work hard, I'm with it. Last time I sat down, good Lord, been a minute. Lifelong committed. I wanna be my own boss, 365. And no days off, eyes on the prize. Taking no loss, hard work and dedication, man, it really pays off. One day I was walking down the street, and a little old lady started singing me. There's a couple of things we all need, just a little bit of love and some elbow grease. I said elbow grease, she said elbow grease. Well, can you give something to doggy dog, please?
Ladies go hard, you gotta give it up. They can be strong, yeah, they can be tough. They're the backbone when the going gets rough now. Yeah, when the going gets rough. New Jersey and Tuscaloosa, LA, Chi-Town, Atlanta too. Wherever you from, this feels for you.
everybody? I hope we are having a good day, and I'm so glad you're here to join us. My name is Frankie, and if you happen to recognize my face or my purple hair, it might be because I hope you all could hear me for that first bit, but let me just reintroduce myself in case you couldn't. My name is Frankie. I am marketing here at Collars, and if you recognize me or my purple hair, it might be from any of our social media videos. So if you want to take a minute and follow us on those, that'd be greatly appreciated. But I do actually have some tasks that I need you guys to complete as we're starting up today. So first, find your Q&A button. You should be able to respond right there with to our question that we posted, which is just to say hey and let us know where you're from. We know we have a lot of people here from Illinois, but where else are we located right now in our Blue Collar Beginnings webinar? Next, join the Slido. In that Slido, there should be a question stating, who are you? Are you here on behalf of someone? Are you yourself getting into the trades? Are you from a trade school? Let us know. And then once all of that is done, if you have any questions, please let us know. But if you're all good and ready to get started, let's find the react button and just show us how you're feeling. And without further ado, let's get to work, guys.
America wasn't handed to us finished. It was built, beam by beam, brick by brick, by people who showed up before the sun did. Every road you drive, every bridge you cross, every wall that keeps your family warm at night, someone built that with their hands. And we don't forget how that work began. Much of this country's foundation was laid by people who were never free, never paid, never even named. That's part of our history too. We carry it, not by looking away, but by honoring the labor that was stolen and the labor that was given. That's the job we inherited, to keep building, to do it right, to take pride in work that outlasts us. So to every tradesperson out there, the framers, the welders, the electricians, the operators, the ones with dirt on their hands and a country on their shoulders, America's still being built, and it's being built by you.
All right, everyone. Let me start by congratulating and acknowledging all of you right now. Let's just take a minute and recognize the kind of people I know I can assume you are by the very fact that you're interested in the trades. You are clearly hardworking, motivated, mentally tough, honorable people. Because as you could see from that video, the trades are a very special group. And just by being here today, you did something most people skip. You're in the middle of a real decision, maybe about your own future, maybe about your kids' future, maybe about your students' future. And instead of guessing your way through it, you showed up today to get real information. And that's exactly what we're here for. We want to be a resource in your trades career. We want to be a tool in your toolbox. And we want you to take all of your resources and combine them with your instinct, the instinct that made you register for this webinar today. Pay attention to that about yourself. You are resourceful, and you already have an advantage over the competition. I suppose you'd like to know how I know that. Well, I'm Sherry Malfise, co-founder of Collars Inc., the digital platform that provides visibility, access, and value to the trades. In addition to Collars, I've been a trades employer for over 15 years. And prior to that, while not in the field, I did come from a background of residential new construction. Most importantly, I sat on the other side of the hiring table, trying to find good people and watching good people struggle to find me. I've watched talented tradespeople get overlooked because nobody built them a fair way to show what they could do. And with me today, I have my business partner and spouse, legacy tradesman Rocco Malfis. We'll get to talk to him in just a few minutes. And you'll also hear from Patty Romanowitz, who's with Collars and part of our customer success team. Now let's dive in. The opportunity is enormous. Did you know for every 5 retiring tradespeople, only 2 sets of boots are being filled? Why? It isn't that people aren't interested in getting in the trades. Look at all of you in the room today. But it is because hiring platforms were built for office jobs. And the access for all of you to fill those boots has been like a hidden and locked door to an elite club. It has felt like unless you had a direct connection in, you were kept on the outside. The result? Our country and our trades employers are desperate to find you all. Every day we are alerted to thousands of more openings across a variety of specialties. So make no mistake about it, the opportunity to build a career in the trades exists. And what we want to do is help you connect to all of those opportunities. Have a place to document your skills and document your growth journey through a real trades career. All right, so you decided you wanted to get into the trades and you're certain now that the opportunity exists. But what can you really do with a career in the trades? When most people think of the trades, some top sectors come to mind. I know you're all on mute right now, but I bet you could say them with me. Electric, plumbing, and HVAC. Yes, those absolutely exist. But I want you to walk out of here today understanding that the trades are vast and with some really interesting specializations. Do we have any history buffs in the room? You might really love architectural restoration. Any gearheads in the room who love working on their cars? Don't ignore the mechanics needed for other equipment besides cars, such as avionics. One of my favorite niche trades to mention, underwater welders. Definitely a special personality for that trades role. And let's also take a moment here to address that whether you're 22 or 52, there are opportunities for anyone looking to get started in the trades. As is true with anything in life, you do not need to know exactly what trade specialty you want to get into in order to get started. Now, knowing or not knowing may help you to determine which specialty is right for you. So I do encourage you, recognize clues in your life that might steer you in a specific direction. Let me explain. Did you take a carpentry shop class in high school and actually really love building that birdhouse? That counts. That might be a clue. Do you always jump in to help a family member or your local church when something's broken? Or maybe you're the one when something is broke that doesn't just want to fix it, but you want to understand why it didn't work in the first place. All of this counts. It's all data that can help you pick your specialty. You're already doing the work in life before anybody called it a job. And here's the other side of that coin. And this matters just as much, if not more. Did you by chance hang exterior holiday lights last year and maybe get sick to your stomach the whole time you were up on the ladder? Good, that's useful information. Maybe roofing isn't your path, but that's not a failure. That's you narrowing in and focusing on what actually fits. Okay, so now we want to be in the trades and we recognize that there's a huge opportunity. We're expanding our knowledge about different careers in the trades, and we've done some real reflection on what we might like and what we might be good at. So what's next? Well, let's get to work. We've broken the path of trades down into 4 different categories. Some of you on this call are already headed down one specific path or another, and that's great. I do want to be clear, these are not listed in any specific order. These are just 4 different approaches. Let's walk through each one, and then we'll hear from Rocco on how he chose his. So one path is the direct hire path. This is literally just show up and let us teach you door. No experience required, no certificates needed. Someone hires you, you learn on the job in real time on a real job site. It is the most immediate path in for a lot of people. It does take a very strong work ethic. I suppose you could say that about all the trades, but really a willingness to be new at something, to be able to walk in and say, I don't know what I don't know, but I'm here and I'm ready to work. Option number 2, I do know several people in this room who are on this path right now. This is the path, though, that many don't know exist, because a huge myth in this industry is that trades means no school. That's not true. There's certificate programs, pre-apprenticeship programs, associate degrees, even bachelor's degrees that lead right into a trades career. The trades aren't a backup plan for people who skipped college. It's a structured route and lets you walk onto the job site with credentials already in hand. So, like I said, several of our viewers today I know are going this direction with some really amazing pre-apprenticeship programs. And when they walk in and find their first position in the trades, some of them will walk in with several credentials in hand, such as OSHA 10, forklift certification, CPR, safety. And that can be really valuable to trades employers who are looking for that for an entry-level hire. Okay, so let's talk about this third path that I'm going to call the test drive. And this is not just limited to the trades and transportation. But I want you to think about this like taking a car for a drive before you buy it. Going down this path would be to get a paid, hands-on, real-world exposure to the work, typically a short-term employment, other than that's where it really differs from direct hire. So it doesn't have the formal commitment of an apprenticeship, which we'll talk about in just a second, but you get in the seat, see how it feels, maybe you get to job shadow somebody with a lot more experience, and you're getting paid to find out what you like. And as I said before, finding out what you don't like can be just as valuable. Now, this test drive path is not going to be available at all companies. Certain companies have a real knack and passion for engaging the next generation of trades. So you definitely want to vet potential employers if you choose to go down this path. And then the fourth path is the most formal path. The word apprenticeship specifically belongs to this path. Typically, apprenticeships really have to be government backed. They have a real structure, a real progression, real credentialing at the end of it. It's a traditional route. It's been around for a long time. It's great for people who want a very clear ladder to climb with milestones along the way. Then this is a great path for you. Apprenticeships are very commonly discussed in relation to unions, but they can exist at both union and non-union companies, and we'll touch on that in just a moment. In fact, just this past week, Collars had an opportunity to share a resource for those in our particular area who were looking to access the electrical union through apprenticeship. We at Collars love to and are always happy to share resources like that with our users. So, all right, so we've got 4 different doors in. There's really no right or wrong one to walk through. Everybody just needs to decide what's best for them. Another instance that people need to decide what's best for them. This is probably one of the most common questions I get asked is union or non-union, how do I decide? Why does it matter? So let me just start by saying both are legitimate, both have pros and cons. And at Collars, I like to say we're union agnostic. So now this also is very relative to where you live. Some areas in our country are more union prevalent than others, but let's just go through it generally. So the union route typically means a structured apprenticeship. You have standardized training, a set wage scale that increases predictably. Benefits, pension, healthcare, they're negotiated as a collective bargaining rights, and they're consistent across the trade in your area. You've got a built-in support system, a very clear ladder. Everyone knows what a 3-year looks like in that particular trade versus a first year. You give up some flexibility, and you're tied to the union's placement process. But again, they guide you and take you through that entire process. On the non-union route, there can be more flexibility, but you're also the driver of a lot of your negotiation. With pay, you can move between employers a little bit more freely. There's typically no wait list in a non-union business. And then while a lot of non-union shops offer their own training and advancement, they may or may not actually be registered apprenticeship programs. It just varies company to company instead of being standardized. So what you're giving up on the non-union side is that standardization. Your pay, benefits, and training all depend on who you end up working for. So it takes a little bit more homework to find a good employer. One more thing I mentioned a minute ago is this whole union, non-union conversation. It does look different based on where you live. Some parts of the country have no union presence at all. Some have very strong union presence, like here in Chicago. So the mix in your area might not match with what your cousin 2 states over is dealing with. That's totally normal. Both routes lead to real careers, and there's really no right or wrong answer. So now what I'd like to do, we got 4 different paths, a lot of different ways to go. What I'd like to do is just give you some testimony from Rocco about how he chose his path. So we're going to bring him up here in just a second. So just give us 1 second. Oh, my team here is teasing me. This is the best reason of all, of course, to become a tradesperson is to become internet famous. Maybe many of you on the call today are familiar with these guys. They're out in California. So we just want to have a little fun with you today. But if you haven't seen them, check them out. They're hilarious. So I don't know what the foreman has to say about it, but all right. So with no further ado, let's bring up Rocco.
Thank you, Sherry. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I hope you are picking up some real nuggets today that help you on your journey. You know, it's funny. We're talking about choosing your path into trades, but honestly, I feel like my path was chosen for me. If I had a chance to attend something like this when I was younger, I might have realized what my options were that were actually out there. But I'll tell you what, it all worked out in the end for me. The trades don't just run 4 generations deep in my family, they run wide. We have masonry, pipe fitters, truckers, mechanics, HVAC, flooring, granite fabricators, you name it. Somebody in my family has done it or owns it. And they have all used their hands doing it. My father, Carmine, came to America from a small town in Italy when he was 13 years old, and he went on and built both union companies and non-union companies. So I grew up knowing both worlds firsthand. And when I say my path was chosen for me, I literally scrubbed toilets and was handed broom and a dustpan at a very young age. But flooring became my specialty, not toilet cleaning. And I spent years traveling the country with my dad's crew, starting as a laborer and then working my way to journeyman. Everything I learned was on-the-job training. No schooling, no apprenticeship program, nothing like what you have available today. And that's something I want you to appreciate because those programs cut your learning time in half. I learned through trial and error and a little bit of yelling, but because of the family business, of course, but you don't have to. But somewhere along the way, I realized something that being the best installer or best lead on my crew was only going to take me and the company so far. And if I wanted to help grow the business, I had to make myself stronger off the job site too with education. So I went on and earned a marketing degree from Florida Atlantic University, and I wanted you to hear that clearly. The trades and education aren't either or. The skills I built with my hands got me in the door, but the business knowledge helped me build something bigger than myself. Then, Sherry and I built Crown Coverings. We turned that into a 2-time Inc. 5000 construction company. And then I still felt like we were living a problem of the trade's access and recognition and not being able to grow as fast as we should. And that's when the idea of Collars came about. So before we bring up Patty to talk about what Collars is about, Sherry and I have proved additional value and want to do a fact or fiction for you.
All right, so I'll join you here on the screen. Hopefully we've got us both in the shot here. So real quick, Rock, fact or fiction, you can earn a 6-figure income in some skilled trades.
Totally false. Wait, what was the question?
We're live, folks. Okay, let's revisit that one again. You can earn a 6-figure income in some skilled trades.
Yes, you totally can. And I know plenty of people who have.
All right. True or false? Most skilled trades require specialized training or an apprenticeship.
True. They actually do. Some specialty actually do.
So yeah, obviously there's a way to walk into trades without those specialized trainings or apprenticeship. But truly, if you're a tradesperson, you're going to learn some specialized skills along the way. Okay, let's jump to this one. You don't need math or problem solving skills in the trades.
You actually do need math and problem solving skills in the trades.
False. Definitely need your math and problem solving skills. All right. Automation will eliminate all skilled trade jobs.
AI is coming for you. No, it's really not. All the trades that are hands-on are really not able to be taken over by AI.
I actually liked your answer. You were on a panel the other day and you said that you can't deny the technology. I'm trying to think of how you said this. You can't deny the technology advancements that are coming, but it is not an elimination of trades. It's just kind of shifting around of the skill sets.
Well, for me, I would rather see AI coming to help us in the trades. Everything that we're doing is going to be building better, stronger, faster. We can actually learn quicker on the job. Soon we might have augmented reality glasses that'll help you do your job so that you can become faster and know exactly and diagnose the problems.
Okay, great. And last one here, though I might add one more. Certifications and licenses can increase earning potential in many trades.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So all trades, you really do need that to keep educating, always be learning. Everything that you do is learning, and you only learn by everyone else in your community, and you're learning all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to throw you 2 curveballs here that we don't really have in the plan. One is true or false. I should pretend to know a little bit more than I know when I'm filling out my profile on Collars.
You should always tell the truth about what you know and what you don't know. Integrity is always key. So
I would agree with that, especially in the trades. I think a foreman or journeyman is always happy to teach you something that you don't know. But if you said you know how to do something, you better know how to do it. Okay, lastly, collars should be the only way I find a job in the trades.
I would love to say yes, but no. You should know many resources to help you find a job in the trades. You should use your parents, your educators, your neighbor, the guy coming in to fix your toilet or fix your electrical. Everybody around you in your community should be helping to. You should be asking the questions to help you get into the trades.
Yeah. The best trades don't just have one tool in their toolbox. They have a bunch. And Collars is positioned to be a very strong tool in your toolbox, but make sure you've got a full one.
Yeah, we are always innovating here at Collars, so you will be advancing those tools as we speak.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Rock. And on that note, I think we're gonna play some music for you and bring Frankie back up here for a quick second and switch gears so that we can show you exactly how Collars can help you.
Let's do this thing.
Come on.
All right, everybody, I am back. Oh, that was really close to the camera. Hope you enjoyed a nice view of my purple hair. So we are back, and I have just two quick announcements before Patty comes on and tells you all about Collars. So make sure you're staying to the end because we do have a giveaway. At the end, you're going to reply to the Q&A question that says what your name is so that we can enter you into the giveaway. The other giveaway that we're running is our weekly giveaway series. This is our first one, and it runs until the 26th. You have until the 26th of July to build your profile to 100%, upload photos, videos, if you have them, and make sure that you are all squared away for when we pull that name so you can get a pair of Carolina work boots. This is sponsored by JMD Socks Outlet Workwear in Hoffman Estates in Oak Park. And now, without further ado, Patty Romanowitz, who is our success manager here at Collars. Patty is about to tell you exactly what you need to do to make sure your profile is adequate to get hired in the trades.
Thanks so much, Frankie. Really appreciate you in the introduction. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Patty Romanovich. I'm the success manager here at Collars. I wanted to thank Sherry and Rocco as well for sharing more about Collars and the trades and the different paths forward that we have. So we're going to talk about how to help you take that next step. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of our presentation here, this is what we're going to do today. We are going to tell you why it's important to have a complete profile on Collars. We're going to build a Collars profile from scratch and show you how with key takeaways to build yours quickly and successfully. And we're going to show you some sample completed profiles. What we're not going to do, we are not going to be applying to jobs for you. That's in your hands. We're not going to tell you what trades you should be interested in. You need to decide that for yourself. And that can change throughout time as well. We're not going to guarantee you a job, but we are going to make sure that you show up ready to be considered. So first off, why is it important to build a complete profile? So you've signed up for Collars, you're ready to work. Now what? Why does it matter if you have a complete profile? Your name is there, your contact information. Isn't that all that employers need? You might think, but I'm here to tell you I've been in human resources for over 25 years. I have read countless resumes. I've interviewed more candidates than anyone should legally be allowed to. I'm about to tell you something that employers usually will not tell you. They simply will not contact you without a complete worker profile. Just let that sink in for a second. If there's no profile, there is no phone call. There is no instant messages. That's it. That's the whole story. But I'm here to show you how to break through that. So stick around for the complete profile build. So we're going to give you an example of a complete worker profile. Dominic Toretto. You might recognize him. Dom here has been living off the grid and is ready for a stable career path. He doesn't have formal training, but he has lots of on-the-job training as an auto repair guy. And in his off hours, he drives cars really fast. So you can see his bio here. He has a profile picture, work photos of the work that he's done and the cars that he's worked on. There are not any credentials listed because he's done all of his learning on the job, so no certifications. He has an about section where it says bio. I'm going to read that off, whether it's a garage in LA or a job gone sideways in another country. I show up for people. I'm great in high stress situations and I'm looking for contract jobs and cool cars. So this has piqued my curiosity. I would love to learn a little bit more, and I don't even have an auto garage. So after seeing this, you might be wondering, what would an employer think of Dom's profile? Well, we invited Tony, a local employer, to provide his perspective. Tony, come on over. How are you doing today?
Hello. Hello.
So Tony, so what company do you work for?
I work for Central Auto Body. We are in Roselle, Illinois.
Okay, great. Can you tell me a little bit about what types of candidates you look for, or what you're looking for in a candidate?
They have to be very reliable, very hardworking. They will be getting their hands dirty. It's not a clean job. So,
Makes sense.
adapt to all the changes in the collision industry. It changes yearly. There's updates on these vehicles and cars and repairs, types of metals. They have to be ready to adapt to all that. And major thing is communication with the shop.
Okay, great. So you had a chance to see Dom's profile here. He doesn't have any formal credentials or certifications, just the on-the-job experience. So he does have photos in the About section. Would that be enough for you to reach out to him?
That's great to see that. I can see it might be a hobby for them, but the best thing is you can do both things. You can do it as a hobby, or if people have credentials with educational certificates or have been to like some of the junior colleges. It's always good to have that as a backup plan, because then it looks like you're devoted to the career and trying new things. But we will definitely see how they do when they're started working with us.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so we see his work photos and some videos of the cars that he's worked on. How much does actually seeing someone's work, seeing it, change how you might evaluate a candidate versus just paper?
Yeah, we will know right away on the type of work they do, probably within the first couple of days.
Okay.
If there's training involved, we can do that as well. It just takes patience. We got to make sure we stick with it. It's a lot of commitment, a lot of patience. It's not something you learn overnight.
Okay.
It takes years and years to repair the cars.
That's true. Lots of experience,
Yeah, a
but
lot of
this is how
experience,
someone can build their profile. No
And we
kidding.
have entry level positions where they started, as like Rocco was saying. I mean, they were just cleaning the shop, cleaning outside, cutting grass, washing the cars, and then they move up from that to detailing, and then we started entering them into prepping positions or minor body repairs, or removing the bumpers and taillights and headlights in assembly before they got into the repairs of the panels.
That's great.
It's always a stepping stone. Yeah, you start from the bottom sometimes and you work your way up. So
I was just gonna say, working your way up.
yeah,
That's great. I love hearing that. So when you're reviewing candidates, this is similar to the questions Sherry asked Rocco, actually. So would you rather someone be upfront about them having limited experience and what they're interested in? Maybe they
Yes.
just have it from the family, as opposed to maybe stretching it a little bit on the experience that they may have.
yeah, you don't want to be bragging about all your things that are not true. You want to be honest about your experience and just be yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds great. Anything else that would be helpful for our attendees to know today from an employer perspective?
Just get out there and try. If you have something you want to try and get involved in all the trades, just get your hands in there and you'll have a great career,
Okay.
through your lifetime.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Tony. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, so really happy to have met with Tony today and appreciate the feedback that he's provided us today. Hopefully you found it helpful as well. So we're going to dive in at this second directly into building a complete profile on the mobile app. Okay, we are going to be building a profile for JJ Ryan today. We're putting in a sample email address and we're going to get this account started for him, but you can follow along. Personal information, email and phone number for contact, and this will be directly related to your profile. You'll be putting in a password as well, just 8 characters or more, and then we'll go ahead and create the account. This whole profile build shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes tops. Carm, our AI assistant, does go through a number of prompts initially. First and foremost is zip code. It's really important to indicate your location, especially since we do have workers that are coast to coast, so that way employers know where you're from. And there's some additional prompts here too. It'll ask for a photo. You can do a selfie. You can upload a picture. This is important because you need to show employers that you're a real person, not a bot. In this case, we're uploading JJ's picture. We have something that's close. He's got a neutral background. And we're talking about his education. So this is just a yes, no if you have a high school diploma or GED. Super easy to answer that. And you can follow along on this as we go along. If you want to do this as we're building ours, you can build yours as well, which is great. So outside of the high school diploma, it'll ask about any trade school or vocational program. Even if you're in the midst of completing, you can indicate that, your interest in trades. You can just select one at this point and add more, and even indicate undecided if you prefer, which is totally fine. So these are just initial prompts that Carm will take you through to build the initial basic profile. If you've worked in the trades before, if you're looking for full-time or part-time work, apprenticeship, and so forth, and then you get to see your profile. So it shows that it's 43% done at this point. We definitely want to add more detail for a complete profile. So going to the bottom right-hand corner profile picture will allow us to get to edit the additional sections. So there's different banners here that will take you to the different sections. This is the personal information, the initial that we did complete, but the bottom section about me is what is super important. And that is where we're going to indicate that JJ is a recent high school graduate. He likes to keep active and work with his hands and build things. He wants to learn more about the trades. He's forklift certified. So we're going to add some of these details. Employers consistently tell me how important this section is for them. They want to hear from the worker themselves on what they can do, what their skills are, even if they're not already experienced in the trades. You can talk about previous work experience. This shows responsibility has been had and what your skills have been had, what your interests are, where your passions lie, why they should consider hiring you. So we're saving that. You do want to toggle looking for work on if you are actively looking for work. And then there's job preferences. This is 10 different questions, 10 sections. So this is going through some of the prompts on whether what your availability is and on call, if you're open to some of these or not. The location as far as the radius and how far you're willing to travel from home. This is based on the zip code that you put in initially, and whether you're willing to relocate or travel meaning outside of that geographical area or overnight. What your minimum pay is. This is a sliding scale that can tell you employers your pay as well as your benefits preferences. So in this case, we're going to mark off a few, and this can be changed at any time. Physical requirements, if you're able to lift up to 50 pounds, if you're currently a part of a union, if you're looking for a union-sponsored apprenticeship, yes or no. So a lot of these very easy, quick to answer questions. Are you willing to consent to a background check? Most companies do a background check. And if you are open to fair chance employers. And lastly, your work authorization. So if you're a U.S. citizen or have a valid work visa, you'll indicate that here. So now you're 10 out of 10 in this job preferences section. So JJ's on his way. So now we're getting into really the nitty gritty here, the trade section. You can select up to 3 core trades and up to 10 specialties. Right now he is undecided. So he's selecting construction labor. And within that can be specialties. We've also selected electrician and several specialties. Again, it can be up to 10. This is what allows you to match with open jobs. So I highly encourage you to put up to 3 core trades and as many specialties as possible. This gives you the best opportunity to match with jobs that are on the platform.
And I learned how to build cabinets.
So we're going to go ahead and complete this section. Really key at this point. And then years of experience. At this point, this is combined years of experience. JJ has 1, so he's done some general labor work and some help with home projects, equating to 1. But don't be afraid to put 0 if you're brand new. That's okay. You do have a work history section as well. This can be for trade or non-trade work experience. JJ's worked at McDonald's as a cashier, and we're going to input that here because, again, that does show that there has been work history. He's held a job consistently throughout high school for a couple of years, so we're going to go ahead and put that there. You can indicate if it's current as well. There is room for additional work history, but he does not have that at this time. This is where we can add trade programs. So he has completed forklift training through employer training. So we're going to include that here. And we're going to speak to that as far as certifications as well in the next section. You put in the dates and months, whether it's been completed. you can see there's a lot of choices to choose from here as far as different training programs. And this can be through a local college. This can be through a company. This can be through a trade school. And you have the ability to indicate what the program name is and all of those details. This is another key section for employers if you have this, but if you don't, that's okay. This is a portfolio that can be built and added to and evolved over time. So once we add in that training, we're putting in that this is the forklift certification. That populates into the education and training section. And then we get to the credentials. This is where we're going to put the forklift certification, but in addition, he has CPR and first aid training and certification. So we're going to indicate both of those credentials here. You do have the ability to upload documents as far as the certs themselves. We're not going to do that for time purposes now, but these will populate as a part of your main profile that employers will see if you have those certifications. The more complete your profile is, the more likely that an employer is going to reach out to you. So these pieces are really important. Now, we haven't shown the pictures piece. So the ability to show worker pictures, he can go ahead and put in a couple of pictures that under the work section, the main worker profile. I know you're not seeing that at this moment. I'm not sure. So you can see that we had that with the original profile. Bear with us just a second. Should be just after. Okay, this is where we are. Just a few technical difficulties. We're totally fine. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to complete.
I've done some non-trades work, so I've worked for Collars
Oh, we're
as a
showing
success
his
manager,
profile.
but I've also done general labor for ABC Construction, so I like working with my hands. I really like
Okay.
building things,
We're
and I'm super
doing
comfortable
fine.
with hand and power
Now
tools.
we're going to
And I
show
hope
you
that I can
my
get a
profile.
carpentry job
So
with
this
your
is where we'll
company.
show
Thank
the
you.
pictures that come in.
Hi,
So
I'm Patty.
appreciate your patience here with us. So I have a complete profile that we've put in. Don't roast me here. I'm exploring the trades too. So we're going to get into that. You can see from the base that I have a couple of pictures that have been put up. I'm looking for cabinet making. So there's a couple of pictures we have showing the cabinets that I've worked on. And that's a really important section. Just a couple of pictures that are here. There is a video that I included in an About Me video, which we'll get to in just a second. But you can see that I have a profile picture that has a neutral background. It shows where my location is. It shows my number of years of experience, as well as credentials. I have 2 credentials listed, a CPR, AED, first aid training certification, and a couple of pictures. So just some close-ups of the pictures that are there. Anything of showing the work that you've done before. This is super important. So there is an About Me video. This is really important. I'm going to let it
Hi,
speak
I'm
for
Patty,
itself.
and I am looking for a carpentry position. I just finished a trade program with Arco Trade School, and I learned how to build cabinets, and I did lots of other woodworking, like wood finishing and wood trim, and I even built this deck. I've done some non-trades work, so I've worked for Collars as a success manager, but I've also done general labor for ABC Construction, so I like working with my hands, I really like building things, and I'm super comfortable with hand and power tools. And I hope that I can get a carpentry job with your company. Thank you. Hi, I'm Patty.
Okay, so I don't like seeing myself on video, but we're going with it here. You can see that I'm smiling, I'm engaged, I'm moving around, I'm wearing PPE, I've got a neutral background. I've talked about the work that I've done in the past, which is great. So great opportunity to showcase and talk a little bit about your skills and your experience in addition to the About Me section. So, or you can do it instead of the About Me, but I would encourage you to do both. Because it provides not only the text, but also the video and shows a little bit of your personality, which why not, right? So this really does help you get noticed and is really important. Just to quickly show you all of the sections that are complete, the personal information and all of the banners. I just wanted to show you the About Me section. I have my name and that I just finished an intensive program in carpentry. I'm interested in cabinetry and woodworking. I like to build things. I have experience with hand and power tools, and I've done general labor work. So that is just additional information to share with a company so they know what it is that I'm looking for. And they have my contact information as well. So that About Me section and that About Me videos, I can't stress enough how important they are to employers to see. I hear this every single day. I've got the toggle on for looking for work. Job preferences is 10 out of 10. So that's super important. I've got all of the sections completed in that area. So just as we went through the original job build or the profile build, you can see that all of those sections, and it gives you little snapshots of the information that is populated in those areas: minimum pay, location, requirements, etc. You can see at the top, it says all done, showing that every section has been completed. So this all populates as a part of a profile. And again, not having experience, don't let that discourage you. This is your profile to build over time. So your starting point, add what you can, and don't let that discourage you. Trades, I have one trade listed at this point, but several specialties. So I do have general labor listed since I'm newer to the trades, and I did choose the maximum number of specialties. This again gives me the best opportunity to match with jobs that are on the platform. And keep in mind, not only does this help you with matching, but you can go and search the jobs that are on the platform as well at any time under job search. It has my years of experience. This is combined between general labor and anything that I've done around the home, building the deck, and so forth. Work history, I have 2 jobs listed. One is my general labor position and one that is not trades related. So similar to JJ working at McDonald's, I have my job at Collars as customer success manager. So totally fine and welcomed to include that information too. The education and trade and training section, I do have the program that I completed at Arco Trade School. It was a 3-month intensive carpentry program. So really important to include that. Again, really good idea to include it even if you are in process or just started a program or just even enrolled in a program. And I know that's a really long list, but you can indicate what type of program it is that you're in and type in those details and whether you received a certificate, what that looks like. I have 2 credentials, OSHA 10 and CPR First Aid, so I've had those listed here. And then my languages. So these should be languages you do speak fluently. I have down that I speak English and Polish, and then you're done. And you have your complete profile, you have the videos, you have all of the things. This is where we should have confetti thrown in the air and so forth. So really important to have all of those pieces. I do want to do a quick poll at some point. I think we wanted to do that previously, but we're going to do that now. So
It's in the chat right now. If you have access to the chat, open it up, open that link, and respond to the Slido. If you're in a classroom, you can also scan, can't scan anything. You can do majority vote.
So this is going to be on a scale of 1 to 5. After we've had a chance to complete the profile and even see what a sample profile is, how easy did that look? I'm hoping everyone says it was super easy. 5, easy. 1, not easy. I'll give you a little bit to complete that and see how things go. So while we're getting the reveal on that, I'm hoping everyone feels pretty good about that. I also would like to know how likely it is that you may complete your profile by the end of this week. And lastly, if you are still here, we promised a giveaway. We do have a virtual Home Depot gift card. If you are still here, and we hope that you all are, go ahead and throw your name in the chat. We are going to randomly select a winner for the virtual Home Depot gift card. And we will be speaking on that momentarily.
I worked hard all my life, so I'm blessed today. Long Beach, California, reppin' USA. Proud American pops, a Vietnam veteran. Liberty, justice for all good men, I pray. I'm up early for a hard day's work. 7 days.
All right, everyone.
9 to 5,
I hope
put
you're
my
still
hands in
with
the
us.
dirt. I know I gotta provide to keep
We
my
have dropped
family
the
right.
question.
Rain or snow,
Drop your
even
name.
100 degrees outside.
We'll keep this open for just a few minutes and make sure that your name is in this Q&A. Otherwise,
I'm a hard man.
for our TikTok people, please drop your name at the bottom of the comments and we will add you as well. There's a Q&A running as well, so please drop any of your questions in the chat or Q&A and we will
Cause I'm a hard working man.
Doing all that I can. I'm a hard working man. Doing all that I can.
I gotta get it. Work hard, I'm with it. Last time I sat down, the Lord been a minute.
Okay, it looks
Lifelong
like we have
committed.
one
I
question
wanna be
in
my
our
own boss,
slide.
365.
So,
And no days off,
we want
eyes
to
on the
know.
prize. Taking no loss, hard work and dedication, man, it really pays off.
One day I was walking down the street and a little old lady started saying to me, there's a couple of things we all need. Just a little bit of love and some elbow grease. I said elbow grease, she said elbow grease. Well, can you give something to doggy dog, please? Ladies go hard, you gotta give it up.
This far.
Strong, yeah,
All
they
you need to do is understand how to translate those into a complete profile. And that's where Rocco was talking about that collars shouldn't be your only resource. You want to get out and talk to your teachers, to other people in the trades, because that's where you're going to learn how to take something that you've just done in the regular course of your life and turn it into an experience that should be shared in your profile on collars. Maybe you've changed your own oil before. That counts. Like I said, maybe you've helped out at your local church, or if you haven't, if you genuinely feel like you have not had those experiences, by all means, reach out to some organizations like Habitat for Humanity. There's a lot of programming out there that if you genuinely don't think that there's a piece of your life that you can put as an example of some trades experience, or just to show that you really did some work to believe that you really want to be in the trades, then I would encourage you to volunteer to get out and have those experiences, photograph them, video them like Patty taught us, so that you can have the most robust profile possible. So, anything else that we can answer?
This is a fun question. We want to know, out of all the trades jobs, what is your favorite?
Oh, okay. So I would, Patty, do you have an answer in mind?
You go ahead first.
Okay, so personally, in all the experiences that I've had, trades related, I really enjoy finished carpentry. I love the details. I really love that last bead of caulk that really just perfects a piece of furniture or crown molding. So I think if I were to be in the field, that would be a direction that I would pursue.
Well, mine comes easily to me, and Sherry mentioned it earlier, is underwater welding. I actually am scuba certified, and the thought of being able to balance that underwater and with sea life and welding underwater, I think that is a really unique job, and that would be a great way of matching a hobby with a job.
Yeah.
So I
absolutely.
love that idea.
Beautiful. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Please drop them now. And if we have no more questions, make sure that in the next 2 seconds, you have put your name in the chat, the comments, wherever you are watching us from right now. Make sure your name is listed, because we are going to get generating a winner.
And then you can use that gift card to go pick up some supplies and do a project to put on your collars profile. That's what I think there. So
Oh, this is fun. Shout out to Leslie Pedroza, who has already completed her profile.
Way
Congratulations.
to go, Leslie.
And
Love to hear that. Women
Another-
in the trades.
Another response from Jonathan to how likely are you to complete your profile by the end of this week? Today.
Fantastic.
Fantastic, Jonathan. Yeah.
Love it.
A
love
quick reminder, if you complete your profile by the end of this week, you do qualify, or by the end of next week, you qualify for our giveaway running right now, partnering with JMD Socks Outlet for a free pair of work boots.
To say that was such a generous gift from Socks Outlet. In terms of PPE gear, those steel toe boots are critical and can be one of the more expensive items that you need to acquire as a new tradesperson. So that is just a huge deal that they're supporting Collars and all of you with that giveaway.
Another shout out to Jennifer Taylor, who also says they will be completing their profile today.
Woohoo.
Way to go. All right.
Okay, so without further ado, I have a wheel here, and I'm going to spin said wheel, and we will find out.
Do we need to do something?
I'm just spinning the wheel on my
Okay.
laptop over here. You guys get to announce our name, and our winner is
Jennifer Taylor. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
Jennifer. We're gonna drop an email in the chat. Please send your contact info over to us, and we will talk to you further. Oh, we love a little heart in the comment section. But we'll contact you further about how to collect your prize. I'm gonna come back for just one quick second.
All right, well, we'll turn it over to Frankie. It's been great to spend part of our day with all of you. Thank you so much. We're here for all of you. We're here for all the trades. And we just really appreciate the opportunity to serve you in this new journey.
Absolutely. My contact information is up on the screen as Success Manager. Please do reach out if you have any questions about your profiles, about navigating the mobile app. Reach out to us on our socials, like, share, talk to your friends. We're doing great things here and want you to be a part of it, and we want you to be successful along the way. So I'll turn it over to Frankie.
Hey guys, so I'm back. Reminder, please scan that QR code. That takes you to everything Collars related. That gives you the download link to the app. That gives you access to all of our socials. That gives you access to all the terms and conditions for the giveaways we have running. This week's and next week's giveaway are the same one. And for that one, you only have to complete a Collars profile. This is like the easiest giveaway entry of your life. So, JMD Socks Outlet, we would like to thank them again. They also have socials, and we're tagging them on our socials as well. So please make sure to check that out. And if you're around Hoffman Estates, check out their store. It's a beautiful store. And please, again, reach out to us if you need anything at all. We are here to help. Collars is built by the trades for the trades. So let's get to work. We're going to leave this screen up while you guys leave the meeting, and thank you so much for being a part of today.
Be tough. Let her work hard to get your hustle on. Mama told me you gotta be smart to get what you
I'm a hard working man.
I'm a hard working man.
Cause I'm a hard working man.
Get your hustle on. Represent for your city. Represent for your town. Represent for your country. Show 'em how you get down.
Cause I'm a hard working man.
Doing all that I can. I'm a hard working man. Doing all that I can.
I gotta get it. Work hard, I'm with it. Last time I sat down, good Lord, been a minute. Lifelong committed. I wanna be my own boss, 365. And no days off, eyes on the price. Taking no loss, hard work and dedication, man, it really pays off. One day I was walking down the street, and a little old lady started saying to me, there's a couple of things we all need. Just a little bit of love and some elbow grease. I said elbow grease, she said elbow grease. Well, can you give something to doggy dog, please?
Let it go hard, you gotta give it up. They can be strong, yeah, they can be tough. They're the backbone when the going gets rough now. Yeah, when the going gets rough. New Jersey and Tuscaloosa, LA, Chi-Town, Atlanta too. Wherever you from, this feels for you.